Okay, basically with multiplication here, we're going to always be doing a version of the distributive property. Today we're just going to worry about distributive property with a monomial. And so it could be a monomial times a binomial or a monomial times a trinomial. This is kind of a repeat what you did at the very beginning of the year, except for this time we're going to have more letters and more exponents involved. Before, you may or may not have had exponents. Now you're going to have exponents. So you already know the rules for distributive property, and so I'm just going to put a problem down and let's see if we can do it. Okay. And we did learn the exponent rules basically for this reason, so we could do this without any effort. When you do have stuff like this, you take the whole thing and multiply. Of course, when you do 7x squared times 3x to the third, you are going to do 7 times 3, which is 21. And then when you do this, I don't know why I wrote 20x, 2x. 21, x to the what? What's x squared times x to the third? It's x to the fifth.
Oh, you said time.
Right. Remember when you multiply like bases, you just add the exponents.
Oh, I thought you were saying not.
So that's just to remember. 7 times 2 would be,
14.
and then x squared times x to the first would be x to the third. So that's what we're kind of doing, is we're kind of combining those exponent rules and distributive property. Of course, we're not going to have like a million of the exponent rules. We're just really going to have the multiplication one, so the first rule. All right, let's try a different one that's a little bit harder, maybe. 6x squared all right, so this is a monomial times a trinomial. Let's see if we can get that one done. So you basically just got to be careful, but again, it doesn't take a lot of work to show here. I'm not showing a lot because, I could draw the arrow. I'm doing this times this, this times this, and this times this. And usually if I see a little x like that, I'm going to put a 1 there just so I don't make it go away. 6 times 2 is 12. X squared is x to the fourth. 6 times 3 is 18. 2 and 1 is 6 times 6 is 36. And I don't have an x there, so it's just x squared. Okay. So I'm really not adding that much to the distributive property. I'm just kind of combining your little exponent rules. All right, we are going to get a little bit more into this where we have situations like this. 2x squared times x squared plus 2xy, put it away, plus 3y squared. Okay, we have two sets of variables, or two variables. And so let's see if we can do this here. Okay, again, we're going to multiply each little thing here. This times this, this times this, and this times this. Okay, so 2 times 1 would be 2. X squared, that's easy. What do I do here? Well, the 2 times 2 is 4, that's easy. X, and I'll put a 1 there. X squared, that's easy. What do I do with the y? Do I just write it? Yeah, I just write it. Remember the exponent rules, if I don't have a y to multiply with it, it just stays the same, right? Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6. X squared times this would be x squared and y squared. And usually what I do here is I'll just put it in alphabetical order. So I'll just put my x first and my y second. And just like how I wrote the problem, I had the x squared to the left. You'll see oftentimes the x squared to the left and the y squared to the right. You just put it opposite. If you mess that up, I'm okay. Just make sure this is the most important one. X to the 4th power is the most powerful, so put that on the left. Okay, that's basically it. Maybe you might have problems with this. 5xy times 2x plus 5y. Let's see if we can do that. All right, that's how that works. Because a lot of this is just you hadn't seen this before, or maybe you have. I don't know. Have we seen this before?
Maybe?
Or is it just kind of a level up of what you've done before? Okay. So that's basically it for today. Tomorrow we're going to, instead of having a monomial, we're going to have a binomial. And so we're going to have to learn a new way to do the distributive property. So that's what we're going to work on. Pretty much the rest of the week is various multiplication tricks.